So I do music anyway. This was an easy sell for me. I feel like I was given a gift. This is such a foundational, kind of intrinsic part of American pop music, and to have it be represented in such a way, very inspiring for me to watch. I hope everyone else experienced something similar.
Yeah.
I have no doubt that there are some incredible stories around the production of this, but what made you decide to make a movie about my way?
Actually, it's the producer who could also be here. It's Kirill Courboin. If you want to come on stage to talk about it, or okay,
Come.
yeah, because he's the guy behind the movie.
It was a very bad idea that he had.
We need someone to blame, yeah.
I think that's your.
This guy is Kirill Courboin.
He's the one who had the idea and who made it happen.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for the warm applause that's moved me a lot. Now, the story is very simple. Is for the 50-year anniversary of the song, there were a big article in the Guardian in the UK telling all the stories, all the anecdotes about the movie, and I realized that I knew more anecdotes than in the article. So a friend of mine said, "You should do a movie." So obviously I'm a banker, so I had no time to do that, but COVID happened. So I started to write the synopsis, and I thought first about Lisa, because Lisa, obviously she's a very famous director in France, but also she likes that period of the 70s. Her mother was a singer. She knew Claude François when she was a kid. So I said, obviously we need a French director for that movie, because everybody feels it's an American story. And when we approached, by the way, Paul Anka to do the thing is straight, said, no, it has to be an American thing. We need an American director. And Thierry arrived in the story, and I have to say, these two guys, they really merit a lot of applause, because what they did is a fantastic movie. Well done.
Thank you, boss. So yeah, it was a weird idea in the first place, because when he actually proposed the films to Lisa first, and she was busy doing a film at this point.
And I proposed to you.
Then I got back. So this is, you will come in the story. You're on the next chair. You will do the sequel. So we thought in the beginning that it was kind of weird to make a 1 hour and a half film about the story of one song, and then we obviously discovered the song. And the funny part is that the story is going on because the song was sung at the Olympics, and we're going to put that in the film, because this is not the last version of the film. There's going to be more to come, so you're going to see it again, guys, if you like it. But if you don't say it.
I heard a rumor they were shooting this very morning. Some more content.
Yes, we did. We did. We have a cover from a very famous artist from here that we shot this morning that we'll add to the film, but now we cannot say. Or if you give a little money, maybe we can do something. But yeah, I signed some papers, so maybe I can tell it right now.
I'll hit an ATM after this. We'll clear it up.
Yeah. $20.
This was incredible. The Paul Anka access was really magical for me too. And like, I had read a thing that he was kind of reprimanded by his record label for not keeping the song for himself. And this was, retroactively such a Sinatra song, but at the time, he kind of got in trouble about it. Was this something you guys came across in this?
Yeah, actually, when he told me about it, I think, Sinatra was always calling him kiddo. He was this little kid for him. And actually, Sinatra was Paul Anka's North Star. He really wanted to be him. He really wanted to be as famous as. I mean, he's the guy who made his intention even clearer, and he was hanging out with them, he would like bring them beers, he would be, the kiddo of this rat pack. And when Sinatra had this heartbreak and he called him and he says, hey, I asked you to do me a song, where is the song, kiddo? And then he remembered this song he heard in the south of France, because he used to be in south of France all his summers. So it's a very, I mean, it's a destiny, this song, that's what it is, actually.
It was an incredible moment. Like, you really feel his enthusiasm for that, having his idol call him up and remind him that he has access, but also remind him that this is a human being who's expecting work from him, not just some icon.
Yeah, and you have this thing that you have on both sides of the Atlantic, the original singer, Claude François, and then Sinatra having trouble with ladies, but they were mean to them before, so they deserved it, actually. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's the story we want to tell. But it's kind of strange that they have the same destiny at some point. And the lyrics of the song in French is about a breakup. It has nothing to do with the lyrics of My Way. But in the end, the two guys just kind of went through the same feelings with that melody from Jacques Revaux.
Sure, I mean, you can ascribe a lot of breakups to people doing something their way.
I never experienced one, so I don't know.
Yeah, everyone loves me.
Who did anyway?
What is a breakup?
I didn't see a lot about how well the initial American versions were received in France. I mean, the song was well known in France already, yeah?
It was not a big success at some point. The song went out. It was not one of the top success of these artists. But when My Way came out, the song, the melody made it famous. So it kind of be a success after being My Way, and then it came back to France to be a success then. And even though My Way was not a success in the beginning, Kirill, as a specialist, can you tell us, please?
My Way was a big success, because as we say in the documentary, it has been the only song to be played for, I think, 3 years in a row in the top 50 in the billboards in the UK. Now, I think probably also this is the most covered song in the world, the most played song in the funerals, the most played song in the karaokes. So
In a
and
film.
weddings.
probably
It goes from
in weddings, and you have still new artists that want to embrace that song, because it became a political anthem. People don't realize that 2 presidents of the U.S. used that song for the opening, for the inauguration ceremony. The first one was Ronald Reagan, that you had on that documentary in Berlin, but he used it for his second mandate, and it was Frank Sinatra singing it.
I think that Kamala won't use it.
Probably, but Trump, if he's re-elected, I guess he asked Paul Anka to sing it.
These were the narcissists Anka was talking about. And I had read that Warren Buffett had a custom version of this made in anticipation of his funeral or something?
That's the
Are
most,
we allowed to say that?
the most difficult thing that
Didn't kill him.
in the documentary is that you need the rights, the authorization of everybody to play and to use them. For instance, we wanted to have Life on March performed by David Bowie. We didn't get the estate to approve that. That was really unfortunate. So that's the reason why you have Riopi explaining how to go from one to the other. And indeed, one day we asked Paul Anka, who's the biggest fan of this song? And he told us, no doubt, it's Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, every single day of the week, he has a studio in Omaha, in Nebraska, in his ugly building where he has his offices. And he has a studio there, and every single day of the week, he plays My Way and he sings My Way.
Wow.
Oh my God.
He didn't want us to.
Maybe he knows something we don't know. Oracle of Omaha. Yeah, I mean, I had read about Marina Abramovich doing the same thing. I'm like, I don't know, maybe less to read into there than the Warren Buffett thing. Do you guys have any incredible stories that didn't make it into the film? Like, what are we missing here? What's happening on My Way Too?
She won't die at the end, obviously. So in My Way Too, I think we're going to.
Good.
No, it's funny because we were in Cannes Film Festival, and just as I was finishing the film, Alexei Navalny, the opponent to Putin, just died and played the music. It was like I just added in the editing just a week before the Cannes Film Festival, so we could keep on doing that film again and again and again and again and again. I was mixing it, the new version last week, and next week I'm editing what we did this morning, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the song is eternal. It's like the movie would never stop, you know. It's like the song decides by itself
Yes.
that it wants to be played and where and how, and it's, you know, and for the Olympics that was like incredible that's the song that's been chosen, and it really has a life of itself. It's like the intention of the very beginning is still alive. So I think that's what is the most moving about that song.
And what Jane Fonda did make her more real. When I think of the song now, it's a bit schizophrenic. I think her like if it was someone actually, for real.
Yeah.
No, I'm calling her for her birthday, and I'm sending cards for Christmas.
What made you get Jane Fonda to do this?
Sorry?
What made you get Jane Fonda to do the...
So our producer, I don't know if he's still here, Charlie Cohen from Warner is there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sean.
You can applaud this guy,
Yeah.
because he's the American part of this project.
He was bold enough to produce that documentary, because obviously this is also the funny thing. It's a bunch of French people that were trying to that had a dream, and the dream became reality thanks to Charlie Cohen and Warner Music, that have decided to finance that documentary. We were always joking when we were pitching this thing, saying this song is born in Cannes, in Mougins, and we're going to go to the Cannes Festival. So people were laughing, saying, okay,
Yeah.
this is a bunch of clowns.
Yeah.
And we went there. We've been selected to go to Cannes. Now we are the TAF at the French-American
Now
Festival.
Hollywood.
Yes.
Hollywood.
So Jane
dream is
Fonda,
in motion.
Jane Fonda was, we were thinking of who could be the voice, because we wrote, so it should have been somebody really young for us, or somebody not that young, because I'm a very well-educated person. And so basically Charlie just jumped into Jane Fonda somewhere in the studio. He called us and said, would you like Jane Fonda for the voice? I said, yeah, okay, another joke. And they said, no, it's for real. And we recorded it like 5 days after. So it's like a dream.
No, but it was an educated bet of Charlie, because in 1968, when the song was born in France, Jane Fonda lived in France. She was married to Roger Vadim, so she knew the song, she knew Frank Sinatra, she knew all the play. So basically, when we explained the whole thing to her, she said, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it made a lot of sense that she would be.
And when she was in the booth recording, we have a scene where you have the retirement concert from Sinatra, and you have celebrities coming. You have Clint Eastwood and guys like that, and you have Henry Fonda. So she was in the booth, and at some point she said, "Oh, that's my father." I said, "What?" I realized it was actually her father.
She was like, don't use that.
Yeah, I got scared a bit.
Yeah, it's my understanding that that song is the most sung song in the English language.
Yes,
I've
it
heard
is.
that Especie mucho is in the Spanish language.
Yeah,
It's our next film. Don't tell.
No, I mean, I didn't know. But it's funny because I did a movie about Dalida, and Dalida sang Besabe Mucho, so.
You know,
funny.
it's interesting because people now, they're extremely proud, all the new generation, the Taylor Swift, Rihanna, when they have 1 billion streams. This is the only song that has 1 billion of physical LPs. 1 billion of physical LPs, obviously with 4,000 covers, but no song would ever do that anymore. Because, you know, if you have 30 people doing a cover of your song, that's already a kind of record. Here you have 4,000 to beat. That's going to be complicated.
kind of juxtaposition of the, let's say, kind of gratuitously masculine energy of the Philippine My Way Murders with the feminine covers of this that seem very empowering as well.
Yeah.
Like it is truly a universal song for.
Yeah, it was the idea. This was to take the song from the male and give it away to not only ladies, but it was a very male-ish song in the beginning.
Right.
So we wanted to open his heart to the audience and to other singers. Thank you. One person. Shame on you.
This is how it starts.
Somebody wants to ask something, yeah?